Hello, my name's Josh, I'm a doctor working in London, and in this video I'm going to tell you the 5 reasons that I've decided to become a sleep doctor. I'll give you a glimpse into my world working as a GP within the UK's National Health Service, as well as some of the key reasons I'm making the move into sleep, and exactly how I plan to fill a really important gap. Just to say that although I am a medical doctor in the UK, I obviously can't give out individual or specific medical recommendations on a place like YouTube, so consider that your disclaimer. Also, despite seeing patients day in, day out for many years, I'm relatively early into the journey of exploring sleep itself, but I think it's exactly that reason that will make this channel really useful for you, particularly if you're interested in sleep as well and improving your quality of sleep each night. Like anything, some of the best learning comes learning for people who are just 1 or 2 steps in front of you, and so I hope to guide the way a little bit with this channel to give you some insightful answers to some of the questions that you might have circulating in your head. So if that sounds interesting to you, maybe you want to take a second just to hit the subscribe button. I'll be posting lots more on the subject, and if by the end of the video you like what you've heard, maybe hit the like button, leave a comment to let me know if there's anything particularly that you'd like me to make videos on in the future, and if you've got any friends or family who might benefit from a space like this, please do share the video with them. But that's enough of that, and let's get straight into the video. Okay, so reason number 1 is doctors just don't get much sleep training. It's really sad, but it's true. A study done just this year surveyed medical schools all around the world and found that the average time spent teaching medical students on sleep, which incidentally med school is about 4 to 6 years, the average time spent was 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours is about the same amount of sleep that most medical students get per night. And if I'm honest, I really don't remember any medical school lectures on sleep at all. Well, this is particularly baffling when you realise that 1/3 of our lives, or an average of 26 years over the average person's lifespan, is spent asleep. What this translates to is that when people with sleep issues go and see their doctors, now not just GPs but also other hospital specialists, they often get met with the same very limited arsenal of tools, so things like prescriptions for sleeping pills, advice on sleep hygiene, or just completely misattributing their set of sleep symptoms down to depression or an endocrine disorder or something else. Fortunately, the tide seems to be changing a bit, and in the UK we've now got organisations such as the British Sleep Society, and in the US I think we've got the American Academy for Sleep Medicine, who are making a really concerted push to include more and more sleep education within medical school education and for higher level doctors. But this brings me to my second point, which is sleep gurus. Now, unfortunately, in this day and age, there is an overwhelming amount of sleep misinformation online, whether it's from established health bloggers or fitness companies or people trying to sell supplements and sleep products, or just Barry down the road posting his daily musings about sleep. There's such a mishmash of information, and it's of such variable quality. Don't get me wrong, I think there's a huge amount of really great stuff online as well, and you've got some of the really best, most reputable organisations who publish online as well. Some of them I mentioned earlier. The difficulty is that it can be really hard to filter out the truth from the misinformation. It's even harder when someone you like and trust, maybe within the fitness industry, then goes off and veers off the road a little bit and talks about sleep, and their suggestions might seem entirely reasonable and might make sense to you, but they might not be correct, and they might not be grounded in good, real science, and inadvertently you might be doing more harm than good. And so when you're searching for answers, and particularly when it comes to your own health and your own sleep, no one wants to be the guinea pig for someone else's musings and someone else's agenda. And so there's a real need for good quality evidence-based recommendations, and also how you can apply those into your real life. And that's what I'm hoping to do on this channel, so do follow along. Reason number 3 is that sleep is tightly linked to physical and mental health conditions. This is absolutely massive, but suffice it to say that sleep can be linked to a number of physical and mental health conditions, including your heart, your lungs, your gut, your brain, you name it. There's probably a link. And particularly if you have a long-term health condition, if you're under a rheumatologist or an endocrinologist, there's a good chance there is some involvement of sleep within their field that is relevant to you. Like I say, this is a massive topic, and so I'll actually be posting a separate video, which I'll probably post somewhere here, going through every single medical specialty and showing you exactly how each one is linked to sleep. But in my work as a GP right now, I see people coming through the doors with sleep difficulties, right from the very young to the very old, from those who take no medications to those who are on a ton of medications. And I see how these medical conditions, whether short or long term, can affect sleep pretty considerably across the board. What's more is that sleep can be affected by just normal life events such as daylight savings, the menopause, or just hopping on a plane. Okay, so reason number 4 is that I get to put away my prescription pad. Okay, I confess, there's no actual prescription pad, it's literally all electronic these days. But it's mostly true. For the majority of us, we actually have the inbuilt systems needed to overcome most of the sleep issues we'll face. Some of you won't believe me right now, and that's okay. Some of you will genuinely believe that you are completely broken and that you will need something external to intervene, or that there's no hope whatsoever. But I urge you to keep watching and to keep following along with this channel, and I'm hoping for some good news for you. And as a doctor, I'll say this: it's very easy for me to pick up my prescription pad or do it on the computer and type up a prescription, but it's not necessarily the right thing, because day in and day out I see people who are struggling with their sleep issues and they're coming to me for answers and coming to me for help. And whilst there certainly are a number of sleep medical conditions where a prescription for a device or a medicine might be what's needed, like I say, for most of us we actually do have the inbuilt systems to regulate our sleep quantity and quality, and these often just need to be understood a little bit more and adjusted. And so with that, let me end on reason number 5, and that is a better night's sleep is a better day. I want to end on this because we ultimately sleep to wake. We set our heads down at night to experience the day, and experience the day to the fullest, to be as alert and productive and focused, to enjoy the meaningful experiences and relationships that we should be enjoying on a day-to-day basis. And so if until this point you've been watching, and I don't know why you would, quite honestly, but if you've been watching thinking, oh, well, I don't have a sleep issue, so what's this all about? I've got something for you. Number one, purely statistically, you probably will have some sort of sleep issue in life, and that's okay. But reason number 2 is that even if you don't struggle with sleep, there's a really good chance that you have struggled with daytime fatigue, poor focus, procrastination, or not completing tasks or projects. And all of these can absolutely be related to sleep issues. And that's why I think this is a very different sort of sleep space, where we will talk about the night and we'll talk about optimizing the night, but we'll also talk about experiencing the day and maximizing productivity in the daytime and enjoying those things that you're meant to be enjoying. So I'm becoming a sleep doctor because I know that sleep is much more about the nighttime. It's each and every waking day. So if you can build your capacity for good sleep, you can automatically improve your productivity and your effectiveness in the daytime. If you can optimize your night, you can optimize your day too. So that's why whether you've struggled with sleep or just looking to improve your daytime focus and productivity, I think I've got something here for you. And so please do follow along with what's going on here. I'll try and be posting on a weekly basis from here on. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more, please do click here for the latest video. And if you feel so inclined, do hit like and subscribe. It'll help grow this little community of sleep warriors, or whatever you want to call us. Okay, see you next time.